Since 2021, the prestigious finals of the Association of Tennis Professionals has been held in beautiful Turin, Italy. The niche fragrance house Xerjoff has created fragrances for each year of this, exceptional tennis final in Turin. Each fragrance is uniquely trying to captivate some of the energy of the games. So far, we have 4 fragrances: Torino 21, Torino 22, 23, and Torino 24. I think this is a super cool idea, so I bought all of them to try out. Coming up, we will go through each and every one of them, starting with Torino 21. Each one has a unique and interesting character, and who knows, maybe you'll find out which one of the Torinos is the right one for you. How about we give Torino 21 a spray? Beautiful fragrance. Let's see. Nice, good sprayers. All those sprayers are great. Torino 21 features fresh notes of lemon and mint. This almost feels like a spearmint note to me. It is beautifully subdued with some sort of herbal basil and thyme. There's also a little bit of a classic note of lavender and rosemary that are in the mix of this fragrance. Torino 21 is a minty green fragrance with a big herbal component. It's fresh, it's clean. It's also quite loud at first, but then it does settle in and it becomes 100% evident Torino 21 was masterfully crafted. Beautiful fragrance. It is elegant, it is herbal and beautifully soft, almost in a sort of classic kind of way that is reminiscent of summer. Anyone can wear this first release from the Torino line. It is 100% gender neutral, and I mean anyone. Also, I think that age doesn't really play a role in this one. You can pull this one off at any age. The performance is also really good. For me, it lasts all day with whiffs of it all day long. Sort of freshness that kind of hits you all day. This basically means everyone else around you, if you can catch whiffs all day, will also be able to smell you all day. This Torino 21 was my first purchase from the Torinos, and I have to say, I really like this one. It's a stellar fragrance for summer. And if Torino 21 is the energy of the city of Turin, then we all need to go check out Turin, because this is really good. The second release is Torino 22. While this first one right here is in a sort of solid blue bottle all the way from top to bottom, Torino 22 is also blue, but it has a slight gradient towards the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. It gets a little bit in sort of a greenish earthy vibe as it goes down. At first I thought it is the fragrance, since some of my older fragrances have a greenish hue as they're sort of starting to turn. But in Torino 22, this is definitely the way the bottle looks. A little bit greener towards the bottom. This actually fits super well, since Torino 22 has an aromatic sort of woody and slightly musky undertone. The inspiration for this one, Torino 22, is supposed to be the high-octane pace of a tennis game. This is an interesting inspiration. However, I'm not sure that the eucalyptus note achieves this sort of high-octane, feeling. I find the eucalyptus to be more on the calmer side, as it is sort of combined with wood and saffron notes. Torino 22 smells slightly leathery in a cozy, sort of lived-in way, right from the first spray. This Torino is not nearly as fresh as Torino 21, but you can still wear this one all year long or in the holidays. I think this would be a good all-year fragrance. Torino 22 is marked as a unisex fragrance. I do feel it leans slightly to the male side. Not much, but slightly. The performance is also quite good all day for sure. Almost as good or just as good as Torino 21, with the occasional sort of whiffs throughout the day. This Torino is also going to be noticeable on clothes for days. Now, I kind of feel like I made Torino 22 sound as if I don't like it. That's not the case at all. I actually wore Torino 22 for almost an entire week, straight after it came in. Torino 22 just isn't as fresh as Torino 21. And I guess I was expecting another fresh superstar like Torino 21. Torino 22 feels more like, imagine the tennis player is wearing a fantastic, elegant, woody, earthy fragrance, and you walk by after they finish their set of tennis. And the athletic heat of the tennis player body is radiating an amazing fragrance. And it smells really, really good. But like I said, you have to be in the mood for this kind of cozy, lived-in fragrance. I will let you know at the end of the video which one of these Torinos is my favorite. So Torino 21 is a beautiful, bright, somewhat loud summer fragrance. Truly amazing. Love that one. Torino 22 is very different with the eucalyptus, saffron, and sort of the held back freshness. Torino 23 commemorates the 3rd year of the ATP finals in Turin. In 23, the perfumer tried to capture the grace and the elegance of the game. This Torino, once again, is very different from the last two. This Torino is going to have floral notes in the foreground, something like neroli, tuberose, jasmine. This is a lovely floral fragrance, beautiful composition. There are plenty of other notes like musk and patchouli, and there even are some amber notes in here to keep it from leaning, too far to the feminine side. Although, to my nose, it is going to be just a little bit more on the feminine side, but is absolutely doable for a man. Also, and this may sound a little bit crazy, there are 3 white flowers in this one. And this gives Torino 23 sort of a slightly floral decaying smell. Super strange, right? This is going to be due to the effect of the white floral sort of trifecta in production of fragrances. It produces indole. Indole is sort of an aromatic compound that naturally occurs as organic materials, especially white flowers, decompose. It is particularly strong in like jasmine, tuberose, and neroli. So you have all 3 in here. For some, this sort of decaying smell smells super sexy and sultry. And for others, this smells more dirty, musky, almost on the poopy side. In a bouquet of flowers, for instance, this sense of decay gives a bouquet a multi-dimensional feeling of life. It's quite nice. And if you love this smell, then you will, come back over and over again, as it can have sort of a happy, almost serotonin-like effect. That being said, one has to get used to this smell of indole. I know I do, and I did. I like it more now, but I had to get used to it, for a little while. Some people really love this measure of time, and some really don't. It took me a while to appreciate it, and perhaps now that you know where the smell comes from, perhaps you can appreciate it like I do. I find this Torino 23 slightly spicy, musky, white floral, super interesting. It will be a love or not so much for most of you, as it does require a little bit of or more thought processing it. One thing is for sure, Xerjoffs Torino 23 smells amazing in the air, truly beautiful. 23 will also last all day and push and radiate more of your skin and your clothes than 21 or 22. 23 is a perfect fragrance for the outdoors during spring and summer. And if you can't get over the indole smell, then I tell you what, don't smell it up close. Let this one be in the air and smell it from a distance, and that should do the trick. This is a beautiful fragrance, phenomenal in the air. I'd actually love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you like the indole smell in fragrances now that you know what it is? leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content if you haven't yet. As for the 2024 commemoration of the Association of Tennis Professionals, it is Xerjoff Torino 2024. For this release, the inspiration was wooden rackets from a long time ago, it seems, and the breathable fabrics of the players' uniforms. Interesting. There's also a rubbery core of tennis balls mentioned somewhere in the inspiration, but I'll save you the trouble. I don't find that there is a rubbery core of, tennis balls in this. It was a little bit disappointing to me, honestly. Now I kind of sometimes think there might be a nuance of rubber in here just because I read this somewhere, but I might just be imagining things. Let me know if you get this in here. Do you get a sense of rubber? I think I'm imagining stuff. They did, however, get the airy feeling of the uniforms by way of a pink lotus note. Really, really nice. It's light and it has an airy quality to it. Torino 24 for me is a tropical sort of fruit basket filled with mango and mandarin and plum, topped off with a soft white flower. This is not your, neighborhood sort of fruit basket. This is elegant, sophisticated, super well done. Torino 24 is one of the best smelling baskets you will have ever put your nose on. The fresh citrus notes from the top are going to fade relatively quick, leaving you with some divine fragrant goods of our earth. I mean, stunning. A fruity bouquet with orange blossoms veiled sort of in patchouli and musky oak moss. Torino 24 is light and airy with a slight, perhaps imagined nuance of rubber. And I mean slight. This one is quite genius in my opinion. It is the 4th edition in this tennis lineup. It is super easy to wear for most of the year. It is easily dressed up and easily dressed down for any occasion. Anyone can wear this. It is also going to be the sweetest one from the line. Slightly feminine, but just slightly. Performance is on par with Torino 21, 22, and a bit less than 23. And like I said, the dry down on this one is really, really good. Love this. Okay, you guys ready for my final thoughts? Torino 21 is the freshest, no doubt. Torino 22 is the muskiest. Torino 23 is the most floral, almost soapy. And Torino 24 is a fruity sweet with a super dry down. So here we go. Torino 23 for me goes into 4th place. I do need to appreciate, the range of this fragrance a little bit more. Torino 24 has spot number 3. Very nice, but I have others that smell similar. The 2nd spot goes to Torino 21. Are you disappointed? This was almost going to be a tie with Torino 22. It's a fantastic summer fragrance, really gorgeous. Love this fragrance. It has a stellar performance. This is guaranteed to get you compliments. But I really love this lived-in feeling of Torino 22 while maintaining sort of freshness from the eucalyptus throughout. So Torino 22 is the #1 spot for me. Has all year wearability. It is sophisticated with a good dose of elegance and coziness. Love it. There you have it. I hope this helps you find the Torino that is right for you. I had fun spending time with you. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.